We're on the way at the moment to pick up a new car. I guess a Christmas present from me to me. It is definitely not a new car. It's new to us. It doesn't have paperwork. It was cheap. So obviously without the paperwork you can't register it, you can't export it normally. So it's rough, no papers, it was cheap. But I've been after something like this for a long time, and the fact that it is what it is a big bonus, because I just want something cheap and fun. But I think those that know though that I've been into these cars for a very long time. I started out with them and I probably like them just as much as I do RX-7s and rotaries, so there's nothing better or worse, but I just really like them. And yeah, I actually don't know really anything about this car. There was pretty much no description. I don't know if it has an LSD, I don't know what diff ratio it has, I don't know coilovers it has, literally nothing. All that I really know is that if it gets some basic maintenance, it can go on the track. That's pretty much all I know. So we're about to get there soon. We'll check it out and obviously show you what it is. What? Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. I am losing it. Where do I go?
Maybe just park up here and then relax.
I think this will be fine.
Yeah.
Get out of the way for a sec. Put the old free parking signs on.
The hazards. Oh, that's a nice car.
専用なんで。
いや、ディスク？
ディスク。
あ、いいね。
Adorable.
So cool.
今走ってるのはこれかな。
Look at that snow.
Slowed down.
Yeah, you can't really tell that it's snowing. Uh-oh, don't put my head in. Snow. Gonna do a quick intro?
Yeah, they got it backwards. Huh?
Yeah.
They got it backwards. My left for the rush. A little bit of a fast forward to the future, but I was actually waiting on some parts, and today's the last Skiruma afternoon session of the year, and I was hoping they would come, but they came at like 12 o'clock. So I quickly put it in, just a pan hard bar for the back. I'll explain later. I've changed the tyres from the semis that run it because they're actually super bad, flat spotted. So it's got Shibas on the front and just some 185 Memos on the back. Have no idea what to expect. Haven't even driven the car, but I've got an hour just to play with it with a free track. So we rushed today to get up here. It's snowing. I'm super excited. I'm going to get in the car. So after I do that, we'll talk about all the other stuff that's happened in between. But for now, I'm too anxious to. I just want to drive. So. I'm exhausted. That's the best. Half the time I was just laughing at myself. Driving all done, and I'm super happy with the car. That's exactly what I wanted from it. Just, you know, it's not doing anything overly great, but I had so much fun, and that's the whole point. So it was great to be able to just come out, turn the key and do that. Drove for the whole hour that we were here. Came in once to change tyres, and it was right towards the end, and I wanted to drive on them because I wasn't sure this car would be able to drift on those wheels. They were on my old A6 and had some like good Yokohama AE87s, so the guy used to do grip days with them, but it was drifting on them okay. It wasn't as good as the 185 Momos I had, but I have them, so I may as well use them rather than paying money to throw them away. But yeah, the car went perfect. Can't really complain about anything. Now, I guess for the car, for what it is, we haven't even addressed what it is yet. So it was being used in the N1 class for scuba races. And with that class, they're quite strict on what you can do to the engine. So it is, for the most part, stock. Well, it is stock. Stock airbox, stock exhaust manifold, doesn't have aftermarket cams, and it does have a TRD 0.8mm head gasket. But other than that, all stock up here. It does have an oil cooler, which is nice. And it's hard to tell, but the exhaust manifolds are two-piece kind of, so from there onwards it's all straight. And also, someone at some point put a lot of effort into this car. It's all stitch welded everywhere, underneath, inside the car. So, you know, at some point this was someone's baby. It did have a pretty big front end hit. This is all crumpled in, but we don't really need panel gaps to be nice around here. And then the inside of the car is all, again, like I said, all stitch welded everywhere, all the seams. It's got a Cusco probably, or Sato cage with door bars, and it actually bolts up to the B pillar, which is pretty cool. Bride Zeta 2, looks like an old TRD shift knob. Big 360 Nardi, which I didn't think I would like, but it was actually perfect. And something I've never seen before is a Cusco ECU. You can, up here you can see things, but it's too hard to tell, so just take my word for it, but that's interesting. And yeah, because it was an N1 race car, it's got a bunch of regulation stuff, like the battery isolator, fire extinguisher, and then all the stickers on the outside for tow points, things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Someone's obviously put some effort into the body at some point, and the engine's just stock, and it has the Corky disc rear end, which has a slightly bigger axles and much preferable. And that's it really. So, and I thought it might need a few things to drive better than it does, but it proved me wrong today. So one thing being a race car, it doesn't have a fan because they don't stop generally. So I did buy one, but it hasn't come in time. Luckily for us, it is literally snowing, so I only got up to about 90 degrees today. I guess also it has some Omori gauges, which, if you know old school Japanese cars, they're pretty desirable. But yeah, there's not much to it. Obviously the body's quite rough, being, I guess, a race car. It has had a lot of bumps and accidents over its time. But I put a picture in too of the guy had a photo in his office of it at Scuba. Had some 14.7 T37s on it, looked really cool, but they're long gone. Now as far as what we do with it, I don't really know. I kind of want to leave it because I just had so much fun and we've put nothing into it. So as far as what I've done since I bought it to today, I've just, the front coilovers weren't even, I guess circuit stuff, maybe he had it set up a certain way. So I raised them up as high as they would go, and it's actually quite low still. So I looked at the back to see what springs it had, and it actually had some 10mm spaces on the springs. So I took those out and it's kind of level. I'd like the front a little higher, but it's how it is. I don't really feel like changing everything, the whole coilover just for that, or springs or anything, especially because it drives good. Although I think typical rates for these like 8K front, 6K rear, and this is 10K front, 7K rear. So it's on the stiff side. But yeah, for now it works and we'll use it. I also I added some camber to the front because it only had a couple of degrees and I just maxed out the tops. So it's probably still only got a couple of degrees, but that always helps with drifting. And then the back, I changed the panhard rod. Now, the panhard rod, if you're not familiar, keeps it does a lot of things actually, but why I replace it is because on a stock one with hard cornering things, you can actually get the car to walk over the rear end. So I had this with a car before and I changed the panhard rod and it absolutely transformed how the car drove. So kind of standard practice for me now, I just do it. I don't know if all stock ones are bad, or if just that one I had bad bushes or whatever. But yeah, just a mental thing. I didn't want to come out here and waste the day and when I knew it might be a problem already. So I got that in literally lunchtime today, ran up here, make sure everything works. And then I think we're going to head up to Ebisu soon and do a couple of days up there.